What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another live chat with the boys on Junkyard Breaks.
I can't do that. It doesn't. Mine
The
doesn't do
shaking
that.
thing?
Mine doesn't do that the same way.
I don't even know.
Uh,
How you guys doing?
uh, yeah, doing the things, man. Doing the
Doing
things.
things? Yeah, I hear you. We'll just do it. Let me lower the camera. All right. Well, I think right off the top we gotta discuss DC, do we not?
Yeah, I think so.
We do.
All right. We haven't, besides like some like oh my god stuff in the chat. We haven't really gone into any detail. And I know Jimmy's got the thing in front of him. He's got
Oh,
the slate.
oh, good. I don't have to
Um,
pull it up then.
no. And then I think we should also discuss stuff that's not on the slate that he kind of got into why they're not going forward on, which is Batgirl and Cavill and Gal Gadot. I think, who knows, but
Yeah, it doesn't sound like she's.
no, it doesn't. So, all right, Jimmy, what's the first thing right off the top?
So the first thing and the only thing with release date is Superman Legacy
Superman Legacy, which we know
with a
is,
release date of July 11th, 2025.
and that is based on the Grant Morrison run.
It doesn't say, but the picture is of All-Star Superman. So
Which I've never read actually, so I really can't be of much help. Does any of you guys read it?
I have not. You know me in the DC universe.
Well, look at you. Did you read it though,
um,
or are you like Gem Mint, who
About-
just likes to decorate
about
his
like-
room with omnibuses?
about like this much of it I've read so far.
Okay, and so
It's good.
Yeah.
It's like it's a younger Superman. He screws up. He's not like yet, the Boy Scout Superman. So
So it's based, and that's probably why they're not going with Cavill, because it's a young Superman just learning how to be Superman.
right, it's
Okay.
that was my initial thought as well, because I think Gunn had even said
That's what he said. Yeah,
beforehand
pretty much.
that he wanted a younger Superman. So
Yeah.
He
Now
did chime in though on Henry Cavill this week. He said that Henry Cavill's been, as he literally said, dicked around by DC.
he has been,
He's like, I love Henry, and he
And-
goes,
and we
But
all know why too.
he just
because
doesn't fit what we're doing with Superman later. But
They went
Right.
very like girl heavy. They wanted to do a lot of girl stuff, and he got pushed aside.
Yeah.
Then it was Batgirl and Supergirl and Wonder Girl, and everything was. They wanted to do like women centric movies, and they didn't need another man show. So, because we heard all the shit they threw at the wall and then canceled. They wanted to do Superwoman or Supergirl, that got shit canned. Then they wanted to do Batgirl, and that got shit canned. And then didn't they throw a bunch of other like weird girl centric movies, and they all got shit canned.
I don't remember, but I do remember what Batwoman got canceled.
Batwoman got canceled.
Yeah, Supergirl.
But I remember them just like throwing stuff at the wall. I mean, they did Harley, they did Birds of Prey, they did, everything was like girl, 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 girl.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't
It didn't work.
really do anything for him.
No. But anyway, yes, Cavill did get dicked around. But anyway, so I guess
sounds like he's going on to some pretty good things though.
Warhammer.
He's not.
though?
He's going to be doing Warhammer. That should be something. That should be interesting.
I don't know much about it. I
If they
can't-
do, if they do it right, it should be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's another project he's really excited about, like Witcher was in the beginning.
yeah.
Well, he's a nerd.
Yeah, he's a
nerd.
uber geek.
Yeah, he's all about that stuff. And
Yeah.
Warhammer's huge. Like, I'm not into it, but like
Yeah,
every comic Discord server I'm on has a Warhammer channel. And it's usually pretty active.
See, I
so-
always thought Warhammer was more about painting the figures than it was about playing a game. Is there a game that's played, or is it
Oh,
just
yeah.
painting?
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, there is a
That's the whole
game?
premise, yeah. They're just that into it where
You have campaigns and you do all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Isn't it like a? It's like a end of the world mech version of D&D sort of kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
an apocalyptic, yeah,
Gotcha.
war
Oh,
games, D&D.
all right, sounds good. All right, so we know Superman. What's
All right, the
next?
next one is the Authority,
That should be cool.
which
The Authority should be cool.
is seven heroes with very high concept superpowers.
The
Like,
The Authority
for
is also a
example,
very
Jack
cheap book.
Hawksmoor is psychically bonded to cities,
Hmm,
drawing power from cities,
interesting.
which sounds weird. And they said it's the first appearance of Storm canon in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Why is he doing this?
What, the Authority?
Yeah.
He likes the weird stuff.
Well, that's just it. That when he announced the Authority, the first thing I thought of was because there's Superman in the Authority, there's Batman in the Authority, there's the
Yeah,
Authority. So
I know.
it's a good way. It's a good way to be able to tie in your titular characters and use them, but not have them in the main focus. And part two to that is, yeah, James Gunn likes the oddballs, and they are a violent crew. So for superheroes, so it's kind of right up his alley.
Yeah. Okay. I saw when I saw Kiko. Obviously, this is what I got into last week. How I was not. I refused to get into the FOMO of buying books based on this thing.
Right.
But I immediately went to Key Collector and looked up the Authority keys, and I'm like, all right. So Wildcats one. There's like Wildcats books where they introduce some main
I started
characters, but
I started looking to see which ones I had.
yeah.
I'm like, oh man, if I don't have them now, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
Well, one of the things that are in the announcement, I'm very lucky because I've been buying those books for a long time in very high grade slabs. So I think I have 5 of them. We'll get into that one though. But okay, the Authority sounds cool, and it is kind of up James Gunn's alley.
Then the next one is the Brave and the Bold.
Which that's interesting. So that's Batman
Yeah,
It's Batman and Damian
and
as
Damian
Robin.
Wayne, which is good for all you Talia al Ghul. She's gonna get a boost. That book has needed a boost for a while.
Yeah.
But all those Damian Wayne books that were not worth much are now going to be worth something.
yeah, and this is inspired by the Grant Morrison comic series.
Yeah, which is a good read. Damian is going to be a little prick, though,
Well, yeah.
if they do him right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading, because wasn't there a lot of, she told him he had a son in the Court of Owls stuff, too? The Scott Snyder handled Damian Wayne a little bit? Or do I have
I
that wrong?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Then maybe I did read, because I don't remember
Uh,
reading a lot of the
The
Grant Morrison.
Court of Owl brushed upon, an illegitimate son of Thomas Wayne being his brother.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. That's where I got
But
it confused.
yeah,
You're right. Yep. My bad. Yeah.
there was a family reference, but
There was that. So there was like a secret family member, and it wasn't his son.
right.
It was his brother.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. I forgot about that, man. I got to
An
record
unusual
again.
father-son story.
It could be good. But I'm assuming because he's pretty much said that they're going to continue with the Elsewhere stuff, that it's not going to be Pattinson.
No,
Really, I thought two was definitely going to be Pattinson.
Batman 2 is
Batman 2 will be.
it's on the list, but this Batman is not Pattinson.
No.
Yeah.
That's going to stay the
Right.
Matt Reeves stuff
Exactly.
is going to stay.
So there's
going to stay elsewhere. Yeah.
2 Batmans, which I don't understand the Elsewhere's stuff.
The Elseworlds, yeah, they said basically Batman 2 and Joker 2 are
Right.
part of the Elseworlds.
Right.
So it's like-
But it also means that Superman and Lois, which is a show I actually like on the CW, is going to get canceled any day now,
Yes.
which is a bummer.
I don't mind the Elseworld stuff, to be honest. I think for as much as there is for characters like Batman and Superman, it's kind of inevitable. Like if he wants to keep a continuity within this particular.
But that's just it. If you want to build a universe, the Elsewhere stuff can't go because it's just
Well,
too confusing.
Yeah, but look at it on a monetary level. They already have movies out that are in the works for a part two. They're not going to just shit can them because they made money. They actually made money.
That's what I mean, though. Why then accept Pattinson as Batman?
It's not part of his vision. He's taking it because this is a 10-year plan. So all that Elseworld stuff's going to be out of the way within the first 3 years.
Yeah, I guess so. But unless you let Matt Reeves continue to do Batman stuff, as long as he's doing it well, then you have double Batman, which is, I don't know, that's weird.
I just read the synopsis. Sort of, it is an interesting take. Like new supervillains like the cannibalistic flamingo and the plastic surgery obsessed Professor Pig.
I love Professor Pig.
Professor Pig's great, but they used him already. He was in Batwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
know.
I know nobody watched it. Yeah, I know, but they used Professor Pig in that. Oh, he's cool though. I mean, he's basically a serial killer, right?
Yeah.
And then they have so in the comics, Talia raised Damian as a spoiled assassin, only dumping him in Batman's lap on his 11th birthday.
Yeah.
Causing no end of conflict as Damian came to terms with his father's no-killing rule.
Yeah, that's right.
It should be interesting.
It should be interesting. All right, Jimmy, what's next?
I think I have an idea of which one you've been buying up forever. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is
Tom
King. So this is going to be like a space adventure.
I have not read this.
I don't know if it's necessarily a space adventure. I know the whole premise is that she grew up on a portion of Krypton after its destruction.
Yeah, she didn't get to Earth until she was like 12 or 13 instead of being born here. So she's coming with her powers and the knowledge of her powers and her beginning, like where she came from, her origin.
Presents a Supergirl viewers are not used to seeing.
Yeah, it's going to be more depressing.
These are all movies, though, right? This isn't a TV show?
Yeah, these are the movies, yeah. And then one last one, which is obviously Chris's
Something!
The last one, Swamp Thing?
The last one is Swamp Thing.
Yeah, Swamp Thing's going to be good. What's up, Jay?
Hello, Jason.
What's up, everybody?
We just finished the list of the
DC news?
the movie slate.
Just the movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
They said the Swamp Thing will investigate the dark origins of the Swamp Thing.
That's awesome. I'm so glad.
The dark origins.
Because after they canceled the TV show, I was definitely I missed more Swamp Thing than I missed without having him. You know what I mean? It's like
I didn't know that Wes Craven did the first movie.
Yeah.
I didn't either. Really?
Yeah.
I know.
Adrian Barbeau or the Heather Locklear?
Heather Locklear.
The Return of Swamp Thing?
Was it? Did he?
The original
I remember
one
the
was
Adrian
with
Barbeau one
Adrian
when I was a
Barbeau.
kid. I was like,
Yeah.
hello.
Oh yeah.
Hi, pretty lady.
Hello.
Dunk her under again.
And that was coming right off of Cannonball Run too. I'm like, oh my god, this woman.
Adrian Barbeau.
She was in Creep Show
Yeah,
too.
that was the Wes Craven one.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. So, all right, Wes Craven did the first one. Yeah, but like I said, when you don't have Swamp Thing versus when you just get a taste of them and then they killed it, you're like, oh, I'm never getting this again. And this was a nice surprise.
Didn't the Swamp Thing from the TV series, the recent one, really look like the Swamp Thing from the first movie?
He looked just like the Swamp Thing from the comic books. It was the guy who played Jason
Eric
Voorhees.
Mears.
Yeah, Eric Mears.
He was one of the later Jasons. Yeah.
He looked incredible with the eyes, and yeah, I even liked how they did Blue Devil. Like, everything was so cool with that show. It's a shame. And me and Chris were talking about it in the car, just how they were quick about ending it because they knew they were ending it, and it went from 10 episodes to 8 episodes, and then
and they cut a bunch of stuff.
They cut a bunch of stuff just to finish it, so it was a bummer. It's a good watch, but it's a bummer that it was the Game of
Did
Thrones.
they ever get the what was it? The blue demon or whatever they called it?
Blue Devil's in it. Yeah.
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 Was it
cool.
just one season?
Just one season? It was canceled before they even finished the season.
They announced its cancellation the day it premiered.
And this was always, I think this was the Jeff Loeb, all that power hungry, like it was all like strategical power maneuvering between the TV shows. So like there was the Jeff Loeb, was it Jeff Loeb?
Really, no better way to retain an audience than to cancel something before when it premieres.
It was Greg Berlanti, and I think it was it was Jeff Loeb and then Greg Berlanti, and they were like,
that's basically the rest of the DC slate right nowadays.
Yeah, and they were battling with that guy, that old dude who wouldn't let anything go, and they were trying to like pull it from his hands. That is an old dude. I forget his name.
Well, Len Wein was saying in 2010. I watched a clip of him at like a Comic-Con in 2010 saying that there were rights issues, but he had written like for a series to be done.
Yeah,
and it never happened because of
what's up, Michael?
You know, like you said, because of rights issues.
Yeah. I know. Summerholder. That's the guy's name, right? Isn't that his name?
The guy from Lost.
Yeah, Perry. I really liked it too. It was a good show. No, yeah, you're right. That's Ian Somerhalder. No, I mean it's not important. I think his name was Max or Maury or whatever, but some old dude is.
Amanda's in love with Ian Somerhalder.
Oh, well.
I mean, who isn't?
He's dreamy. I liked his sister on Lost.
Not gonna work here anymore.
Yeah. All right. So what's next? TV shows.
TV shows. The first one up is Creature Commandos.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. I was like, who now? But this is like, I didn't know much about Guardians either, so I'm all for it. Whatever.
It's animated.
It's animated.
It's sort of, oh, it is animated?
Yeah, it's animated. It's animated where he's going to have crossover live action into other things.
Okay.
That's what he said in the in his video announcement.
Yeah. I mean,
because when I sort of looked at the Creature lineup, I was like, oh, it's sort of like what's going on with Marvel right now.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he does. I'm just afraid he's going to take, like, you know, whatever formula he's got with Guardians, and then, he did it with Suicide Squad. Now he's doing it with these guys, and now he's doing it with the Authority, and he's just like, and the boys. It's like he's just trying to put together these, like, bunch of knuckleheads and make an entertaining movie. I don't know. We'll see. I believe in Gunn, though, so.
Yeah.
All right,
Me
what's
too.
next?
Next up is one I'm not really committed. Waller.
Oh, Waller. Well,
that's supposed to be like Peacemaker 1.5.
It's Peacemaker in the middle of Peacemaker.
Didn't he even say with the crew from Peacemaker or with the gang from Peacemaker or whatever?
Yeah, he said for the time being Peacemaker 2 season 2 is put on hold and Waller's going to take its place. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same knuckleheads. I use that word again, but
she was hardly in the Peacemaker, so maybe it's her point of view.
Right.
Well, you know how she kind of pops up at the end there?
Yeah.
What I'm kind of figuring is the way I think I saw something where it said it's Waller using, Peacemaker and a couple other members from like the Suicide Squad to go after the Authority.
Yeah, they did say
so that's going to be your crossover.
She would be working with the guys from Peacemaker,
right,
as opposed to against the guys from Peacemaker, right?
Sounds good. Okay.
And the next one up is the one that I suppose is the one that Dolph is excited about, which is Booster Gold.
I think I have 2 9/8s and 2 9/6s. I've been buying those for a long time now.
That's the one that I'm least
What's up,
looking
Lord
forward to.
Charizard? He's kind of cool, though.
I hate him.
I know. The whole imposter
He's such
syndrome.
a dick.
He is a dick. That's what I like about him, though. That's why I think he'll be well written.
Right.
But
well, that's why I'm willing to give it a shot, because I figured it's gonna be a comedy.
Yeah.
but he's such a dick.
Yeah,
I hate him.
But it's gonna be
fucker.
Yeah, I know.
But like I said, it's the character. So I'm good.
Comics
like I said,
longtime comic relief character.
Yeah,
is a time traveler. For those who don't know who he is, like I didn't. Comic relief character and a time traveler who uses basic technology and consumer appliances from the future to make himself a superhero in present day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Wasn't the shtick of Booster Gold like that? He was like lame or very unpopular in the future, and he was just like,
yeah,
he's a total loser schmuck bag.
Yeah, he's covered in like endorsements, and he's just
yeah. He's the NASCAR driver of superheroes.
Yep.
If you ask a lot of NASCAR drivers, I bet you they'll tell you they're a superhero. So.
They'll tell you they're the Booster Gold of NASCAR drivers.
they'll tell you they're the Booster Gold of DC Comics.
Yeah. And I think the last one is the Themyscira.
We have last two.
The last two.
The one is Lanterns, which is the Green Lantern Corps.
Very excited about that one. It's about time they do Green Lantern right.
Yeah.
DC Studios said it will be an enormous TV event series focused on the two unraveling a dark mystery.
Did you see the comparator they used? They compared it to True Detective.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's
Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like about it. They'll be like detective stories. Because they are the crime fighters of the universe.
They're
pretty cool.
Maybe
211.
Maybe you'll see some Martian Manhunter in there too, because he is the true detective of the universe.
I mean, he wasn't.
Except for a detective chimp.
He was in Justice League.
He was in Justice League.
Detective Chimp. If they bring Detective Chimp in, I want a Justice League Dark. Damn it.
Oh, I've been looking for a first Detective Chimp for a while now, but when they pop up, it's the wrong issue. It's in like Roscoe the Dog #4 is like the first appearance of Detective Chimp. It's like they're hard to find.
Did you pick up your lot from Jimmy yet?
No.
Of Dark. Okay.
Who, me? No, yeah. I haven't been anywhere yet.
Who, me?
Sorry.
And then the Themyscira,
I got him right here. Yeah, Paradise Lost. Is that what they're calling it?
But Paradise Lost.
It's pre-Diana.
Yeah.
It's set in Themyscira, so the show will touch Wonder Woman's history and character arc. It's not clear if she will star in it, though. This drama focuses on the genesis and political intrigue of an island of all women.
I mean...
Sounds very Game of Thronesy.
It could be interesting.
It could be interesting.
Well,
that's what he used. He used Westeros as the comparator.
Yeah.
There are several clans in Themyscira, and they don't all get along. So
I did not know that. I'm not a big Wonder Woman reader. I didn't know that there were like warring clans on Themyscira.
Mm.
So it's just going to be a bunch of hot girls fighting?
Yeah.
Well, maybe
it'll sell.
Maybe
what
not.
A snooze fest.
Directed by Frank Cho.
If everybody gets a chance at casting, it might not all just be hot girls.
None of those girls can stay upright while running.
Yeah. Produced by Adam Hughes.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Mike Zerdy.
So that's it?
That's it.
So I'm very positive about the whole thing.
I think it sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
Now, what were you saying about who they were saying might direct Swamp Thing?
Oh, Mike Mangold. Not Mike Mangold. Jason Mangold?
Yeah.
Mangold.
Mangold.
Yeah, the guy who directed
Nick
Logan.
Mangold?
Logan.
Nick Mangold? Former
Wasn't he
senator for the
Nazi war criminal?
Yeah. Why am I brain farting?
Dr. Mangold? Wasn't that like a Nazi war criminal?
That's Mengele.
Dr. Belladonna?
Yeah, it's Mengele. Didn't I send it? I sent it. How did I? Oh, I sent it to you guys in the. Yeah.
James Mangold.
James. I
should have known that.
Yeah. There you go.
You should have, but you
should
didn't.
have, but you didn't. You failed.
I didn't.
Yeah, so James Mangold, the guy who directed Logan, is going to
Logan, Girl Interrupted, Identity.
I did not know he directed Girl Interrupted.
Copland.
Copland's good.
Walk the Line.
Walk the Line. That's
I actually really liked Copland back in the day.
Copland was good.
Bang Bang.
Fat Stallone.
Yeah, Fat Stallone.
Fat Stallone. That was his like.
Fat,
I'm gonna
half
take
Fat
this
Stallone.
real serious. That was a great cast, though, man.
Oh yeah, it was.
Whew.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah. Keitel, De Niro, Patrick, Liotta. There's a lot of guys. What's his name?
Stacked.
Oh my God, the dude from.
Let's see.
Oh my God, forget it. I can't.
Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, Janine Garofalo. You know it's a hit. Sly Stallone, Robert Patrick, Mike Rappaport.
That's
Robert
the one.
Patrick.
Rappaport is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, Rappaport.
De Niro, Debbie Harry was in it.
Really?
Oh, that's right. It's all about Rappaport. Him hiding in the water tower.
Yeah, he was the one hiding.
Method Man's in it.
Method Man's in it. Yeah.
Geraldo Rivera's in it.
You mean he's a news guy? How Geraldo Rivera's in anything? He's just a news guy.
All right.
Oh, all right. So past news is we got anybody want to share a mail call?
I got a quick mail call. I'm excited about.
Oh, my stuff's still sealed.
So I got the sketch variant for JSA Classified.
Oh, nice. That's that. That's
Power Girl.
A little Power Girl action.
Mm.
Very nice.
Wonderful chesticles she has.
And then I got the Scarlet Witch double set.
Nice.
And there was only 500 of these sold outside of the ones sent to the one in how many? 1 in something. I think it's a 1 in 10 actually, 1 in 10 variant. But both pretty good ones.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's three Adam Hugheses.
That's good. I don't even know what this is.
That Jason didn't give me.
This is a secret. I have no idea. Pulled it out of the box and upside down. That's it for you?
That's it for me, just the 3.
What do you got, Chris?
Nothing.
What?
I didn't get nothing.
What? All right, so I got.
I'm mail call poor.
I gotta open these 4 boxes real quick then. Look at this. Mail call video live. So I got this. I don't even know what this is. Ready? We'll find out together. Oh. First appearance of Lara Croft. I picked that up for. I mean, so okay. What did I just say about FOMO? And I wasn't gonna fall for FOMO.
You did it.
But I did it because it was a really cheap book and it was in really nice shape. The typical butt and breasts at the same shot.
Wonderful.
But,
well, it is Turner.
First appearance of Lara Croft for cheap. It was not much. Then I believe these are going to be really cool. Yes, these are very cool.
Turner was just the
It
sexy
was for
Michael.
cheap, not much.
You know, I like quirky wrestling stuff, and I never knew about these. I still don't. These are called Wrestling Stars. They're little. It's a card set. And this has got everybody in here: Hogan, Ric Flair, Macho Man. It didn't have any Andre the Giant cards, and they're smaller than I thought. But
I thought that was Andre right
Yeah,
now.
I thought so too.
No, that's Kerry Von Erich.
Wow.
Texas Tornado, baby.
Okay. No,
the shadow looked like big curly hair.
It does, yeah. But Road Warriors are here, probably one of the earliest Road Warrior cards. Like, there's some really cool stuff. This set is from '86, I think. Or that
Hyper in there.
Wrestling All Stars is from '83.
Yeah, that's
Precious
after Wrestling All Stars, and it's before the
Fabulous Freebird Michael Hayes. Yeah, and then I also found out that Lenny Poffo died today too, which is a bummer. Leaping Lenny. Tully Blanchard, One Man Gang, Gary Hart. I mean, yeah, look at this. This is the Hulk Hogan card.
Bobby Heenan.
Terry Bollea on the guitar. Ric Flair.
Awesome. They call him Terry Bollea?
No, they don't. No. I like this one, though. This is Bruiser Brody, but they call him King Kong Brody.
Oh.
God, I love wrestling back then. It's just so different now. This is the Savage card, Randy Savage. This is pre-Macho Man.
What's he wearing? Is he wearing Walter Payton's headband, or is that a Christmas hat?
Looks like that.
Randy Savage sans frills.
Yeah, he doesn't have any of this stuff yet. So anyway, this is a cool little set that I picked up, and I'm gonna look and see if any of these cards are gradable, and I'll definitely have some graded if they are. Hogan was a studio musician before wrestling. I know he was a good guitar player, but I did not know that. All right.
Michael wants you have any of the Randy Poffo baseball cards.
Does he have baseball cards though? I don't think he does.
Well, he was
a baseball. He played for the Rangers.
Yeah, I think he has a minor
Randy Poffo, but I don't think he has a card. I was looking for one. I think people have made cards, but I don't think he has a card. I don't even know what this
Michael
is.
Says he does. Does.
He does
Michael
have a card?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, this is the stuff I got from Comic Link. Wow, that came fast.
I'm going to have to duck out for a little bit, guys.
Yeah, man.
I got to go get a little baby.
Yep. So
good baby.
Once again, Comic Link, I got cheap. So I got another Dr. Aphra.
Yay!
$85 for a 9.6.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Great price.
Yep.
Then I got this 6.5 Eternals.
Nice.
$30.
Hey, baby girl.
And then I got this 9.6 Eternals for $123.
Whoa.
Which I think is a pretty good deal too.
Yeah, considering it would have cost you $700 a year ago.
Yeah.
So
something
like that.
Yeah. 2 Eternals books, and I got another Dr. Aphra for the collection. And then I think I have one more box. Whatever this is over here. And then I'm done. Jason, do you have any?
I bought a small collection this week. 80 some bucks.
80 books?
Yep.
Anything good?
Yeah, I mean there's some good some really nice, like some weird stuff. Like all 3 of these weird Spawn promo comics were in here. They're called Spawn Fan Edition. So they're small, like they're not small in terms of like length and width ash cans, but they're like 14-page stories.
I got
Those are in here. There was a lot of really good newsstand 90s X-Men, like aside from like that one's really nice newsstand.
Nice.
And this one is really nice newsstand.
The kids.
And then unfortunately the Omega Red is in really nice shape, but it's not a newsstand. So lots of I probably got 20 of those newsstand X-Men books. And then some random Turtles books, a small Deadpool miniseries. So nothing like insane, but you know, certainly good stock for boxes for the comic show.
Nice.
And they're kind of in like VF condition. There may be a couple that are in better condition, but kind of in that VF condition range, so I can make them, really affordable and just move product. So I don't know that I would buy, like thinking about where I want to get to. I don't know that I'll buy these kind of collections again, these 90s and aughts collections, without there being much bigger books in there.
Right.
But that's kind of because I hope to graduate from a lot of $1 to $3 bins, to those only $5 to $10 bins, as the smallest books, and then continue to kind of work my way up to the point where I'm dealing in bigger books.
Yeah.
But this Deadpool series, this short mini series, was in here. I wish the first one was a newsstand, but it is not. Chris, I don't know if you've seen, or Chris or Dolph, I don't know if you've seen on Cover Price, like the idea that the newsstands on Cover Price do not show as oftentimes they're showing for a lesser value than the directs, and these are newsstands that would be much more limited, and I just don't get that quite yet. Why those are not?
I'm guessing whenever I put newsstands on Cover Price on like the CLZ app, I think they're rarer, therefore they have less comps, therefore they have less correct sale values.
Yeah, that's true. Could be the case.
So I think it's just a lack of comps, which is why, and that's what Cover Price is based on. So it's basically based on auctions and eBay, and so without, because I have a bunch of stuff that, I mean, Chris, I'm sure you do too, stuff that even though we have Cover Price, there's no prices on a lot of it.
Right. There's a bunch of stuff like that.
I think 1/3 of my collection doesn't even have a value on it.
Yeah.
This is not a current this is not a current mail call, but I want to show you guys. These are.
Oh yeah, you're doing all right.
Better hands so far. Okay. So
wait, are those the ones you had before you said you wanted to complete it?
Correct. So, and these are the ones so most of these I want to upgrade. Yeah. All of them have if they pressed, most of them are in pretty good shape. Yeah. But there's some stuff that I would want to get. Because I'd like to get 1 through 17. It's only 17 books. Yeah, so I'd love to get them all in super high grade, but they're such great covers.
They are great covers, yeah.
Weird stuff going on.
Honestly, like I said, I only have 2 of them. The first one and something like the 13th one. So I've never seen all the covers.
Yeah, this is a bummer. I think you can see there's a stain,
is that a stain?
Right there.
Yeah.
But
I'll try that hydrogen peroxide trick on it.
Colors are great, but there's little condition issues on all these.
Yeah.
These were the ones I bought on Craigslist where the guy said everything was near mint plus, and I got some that were hosed, and I was like, bro, I don't know if you and I have a different definition.
You're near mint and
condition, but it's clearly yours is, as Bob Euchre would say, just a bit outside of my definition.
Man, these are great.
But my number 1 is actually in ridiculously good shape, and I got that for $1 at a flea market or at an antique mall, in a random stack of comics. So the number 1 I actually don't need to replace.
Yeah.
Those are always the most satisfying finds.
Yeah. So that's like I said, I got that collection was about 80 books. Oh, Dolph, this was in that collection though. This is the trade paperback of the.
Nice. It's a good read. It was a good read for a little while.
I was actually shocked. This was a $35 trade paperback when it came out.
Wow. Usually those are $19.99, aren't they?
Yeah, this is
that's expensive. That can't be the first. What is it? 9 issues?
It's this has got to be 100. This has got to be 100, well over 100 pages. So I'm not sure what it collects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it collects, but it collects quite a few issues.
Did you know that Brian K. Vaughan did a Swamp Thing run?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Did he really?
I found it. I started reading it today.
Yeah, is it good?
So far, it kind of brushes on. You know how in was it in Moore's Run, or did it come after where Swamp Thing had a daughter, Tefe?
El Jefe?
No, Tefe,
I don't remember that.
named after the river that runs through the bayou.
What's wrong with this card?
Should have gotten a sweater. I can't see.
That looks like Sylvester Stallone.
Right. And it's
Muhammad Ali.
Hulk Hogan and Muhammad Ali. That's definitely Sylvester Stallone.
It's definitely not Muhammad Ali.
It's definitely not.
Is that
Muhammad Ali.
perforated?
They are perforated, yeah. I think they were sheets or they came as a book or something.
They weren't in Sports Illustrated for kids. They were in Wrestling Illustrated for dudes.
Yeah, it could have been like that. There's a lot of Hogan cards in here, though, which is nice. A lot of Dusty Rhodes, because that dude was...
So that predates the classic set, and it predates the top set, right?
It's
predates,
86. Yes.
So it's after Wrestling All-Stars?
Yeah, because Hogan's still AWA.
Yeah.
He's not WWF yet. Because, yeah, that predates WrestleMania 1.
Because what is the classic set is from 87, right? Is it classic or is it tops that set?
Tops is earlier than classic, I believe.
But you know what set I'm talking about,
yeah,
right?
The blue and the red border.
Yeah, the ones with the blam kind of caption things too.
Yeah, that was
Boom,
87.
pow.
Either 86 or 87 was that set. Yeah, I have a few of those Hogan rookies, but those are Hogan WWF rookies. Not the Wrestling All-Star ones, which I'm still looking to find in a flea market in a box. Still sealed.
Oh my god. Dude, I mean,
some guy's selling one sealed right now. He wants $19,000 for the whole thing. Problem is, Andre's on the front, which sucks. So like he'll be the hardest one to keep in like the best condition because he's the top card, and they're sealed in cellophane.
What are they in? Are they in like a tops traded, like those kind of boxes?
No, it's in Saran wrap.
Oh,
yeah. So it's exactly like in the, when you buy, I did a video
like those,
on this.
Remember like the classic game with Eric Lindros, and Lindros was on the front card? Yeah.
So it's the same thing with that Master set. If you get the Tiger Woods, I opened that up on my channel once. That
those were bricks too,
Tiger
right?
Woods is the back card and the cards stick. So they're very hard to get in high grade because the Tiger Woods card is stuck to the card right in front of it, which I think is like Nick Faldo.
And they're all black too, right?
And they're all black and they're all clear coated and everything just bricks up. So that's a tough one to get in really high grade.
It's a tough spot.
Yep. All right, so we got a lot. Maybe we should just open up Key Collector because we can go over the comps for the announcement too. But like I had said earlier before you hopped on, this is exactly what I was talking about and my FOMO.
Well, this is actually like, I think this is the purest form of FOMO too. I mean, all of these projects are multiple years out. So if people blew a ton of money today, not thinking there's going to be a deep trough before we get to those films, like you gotta stop doing that, people. You gotta stop jumping on eBay the second an announcement is made and freaking wait for 6 months. Like,
well, that's why I said Swamp Thing's going to be one of the last things. So anything that jumps up at like super high value, I'll just wait a year and start buying.
But I mean, those books, though, generally speaking, Chris, have been
been going up, actually
slowly going up anyway, right? Because those books are bronze books.
Have you ever met Jason?
There's another one.
There's another.
Hi.
Hi.
Swamp Thing.
Yay! But yeah, those the volume 1 stuff has been going up for a while now, and even I saw an increase even before the announcement of that House of Secrets 92. That one's just a consistent gain book,
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong there.
No,
I think isn't it Secrets 93? Isn't House of Secrets 93? Oh, it was 92? Okay.
See, this is why I got a Stream Deck so I can do this without having to do all this. I just push a stupid button.
What are the Aquaman books just to go? Which so Shazam's first, right? Shazam's first, Flash is second.
So yeah, well, let's see. Where does it start? Supergirl, Booster Gold, Brave and Bold, The Authority, Lanterns, Waller. So let's start at the top, which is what is on the slate coming soon. So
wait, can we talk about something really quick though?
Sure.
He said how much he loved the Flash movie.
He said it's one of the best superhero movies he's ever seen.
It can't be good. It can't be great. I mean, that movie was done with the same group.
It would have to be. It would have to be that good in order for them to. They fired people for less than Ezra Miller.
They fired people for a lot less. He's
right. So it has to be.
Pseudo cult leader, for God's sakes!
No
like,
but for them to be like, yeah, well, we're just gonna kind of. It has to be that.
It has to be amazing because they haven't fired him.
Right. It has to be that good.
What was he that good as in the CW series?
He wasn't bad. He was just
he's kind of a wooden actor. I feel like
he was just kind of goofy.
Huh?
He was just goofy. He wasn't bad, and he runs really weirdly.
These all seem like detractors for a character.
I've never
being
seen a human
Flash.
being run like that. That's just not right.
You can't run like that and be a speedster. It's not okay. You're gonna break a finger.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like Chris said, he must be incredible because they didn't fire him.
He has to be. He has to be that good.
You guys look at this book I'm just boarding. So there's a square at the top that did not get colored. You see it's black and white?
Oh no. Error.
It's so bizarre. It literally did not get any color on it.
You sure that's not on purpose? Is it die cut underneath?
No, it is a square that did not get you can see it easiest in the yellow over here.
Manufacturer's error.
Yeah, manufacturer's error.
Is that a manufacturer's error that doesn't piss you off?
Yeah.
I would assume that somebody's like, this is worth $1 billion because there's a square on the cover.
All right,
it was a triangle be worth $2 billion.
Where they start and go right with Paradise Lost and the Amazons and Wonder Woman and blah blah blah.
Let's do it.
All right, so these are the keys. First appearance of Nubia, no. So this is first George Perez Wonder Woman. I mean, this is nothing new.
Yeah.
First appearance of the Amazons, no, I'm not buying that. I'm definitely not buying the Brazilian Wonder Woman.
I already have that one.
Yeah, I already have it too, but
dude, that Future State book you can still get in Walmart 6-packs or 7-packs.
Yeah, but
whatever.
Are they Walmart exclusive versions or are they this version?
I do not know.
Ooh, Historia.
I think I have one of these.
It's one of the Black Series oversized ones.
Yeah, the big ones, right? No, I did. Yeah. I definitely didn't buy it.
It's really good. I have one. I have the variant though.
But either way, are you buying any of these?
No.
Because of Wonder Woman?
Well, George Perez one.
Well, I mean, this one you should have a few of these by now.
Right.
At least some of this run. But like
that first big
Nubia,
key, isn't it? That
first Nubia?
Big key, right? Nubia, yeah.
$550 for a high grade, whatever high grade means. Probably means like a.
Well, that means it's $2,000.
Yeah, so it's a 7.5 is a high grade. All right. And then obviously Wonder Woman. Were they gonna have the first appearance of Wonder Woman in here? Yes, they certainly do. Come on.
290K. Everybody jump on it.
I think this one even came close to $1 million.
Look what a 9.4 sold for, Dolph.
Oh, I was just about to say, I think one just sold for $1 million.
$1.62 million. So that is, what is that? That is more than 5.5 times what they have as a 5.
And I like the Sensation Comics one better. At least she's on the cover.
Yeah.
And then Wonder Woman 1 with the horses. I love that book.
Horses.
You could not get a low grade for 11,000 of this book. No way.
Sure.
No way.
For you can get a square
cool
this
cover,
big of the cover.
Full page advertisement of Wonder Woman 1. That's a cool cover. All Flash.
That is awesome.
All Flash coming out now.
Anyway, none of these you're buying just because of a television show about Amazons, right?
Right.
We agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
Then we're done.
Super Friends. I'll buy that for $50.
I would buy that for $50.
I love
Superman Legacy. This is what we were talking about before. So All Star Superman 1, which everybody's probably got listed at $100 now because they're unbelievable. Watch. Let's see. $160.
Jesus.
You gotta be kidding me. Special edition. James Gunn. I mean, this is ridiculous. At least some of these are affordable. You could buy this one now for $10. But I don't know if I'm buying this either. Because you're just buying a story. You're not buying a character.
Yeah, that's not...
This is in the check down, Jason. This is not even in the top 5. Buying a character's story.
Yeah.
The only time the only time that works is maybe Dark Knight Returns. Killing Joke is like you're buying a story. You're not buying any first appearances of anything. And then, of course, Action Comics 1. There you go. Key Collector wants you to buy this one.
Well, duh.
Well, duh.
4.6 million.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I got that lying around somewhere.
Can you imagine? Did I ever tell you the story that my dad almost got that?
Really?
He almost got this.
No.
He almost got this and Detective 27 in the same deal. Him and a friend of his were dealing in Oriental rugs. And a lady was going to make a trade for 2 rugs for Action 1 and Detective 27. But then they were only worth like she said no. They were only worth like maybe 40,000 and 70,000 back then. They weren't obviously the big book. And you know, between then and now is like 30, 40 years. They probably would have sold them. It's not like he would have had it in his dresser or anything, but yeah, he was this close to having the 2 biggest books in comic history. So close.
Yet so far away.
Swamp Thing. We already know what's going to happen here.
Swamp Thing number 1.
Swamp Thing
Boom.
number 1. House
of Secrets 92.
Still undervalued. Still undervalued.
Yeah, big
time.
Like I said, in the next year or so.
A 5.5 for 1,500. A 4.0 for 1,000. Jason, what's mine?
I'd be happy with a 6.
You know more than I do. What's mine?
What's yours of this book?
Yeah.
I thought yours was a 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I think you're right. Kind of wanted you to say that because then it would just affirmed what I thought in my own brain. Like, yeah.
You know what's crazy? The only times I've seen this book in person, they're all in that like 3.5, 4.5 range, and
they scuff
like
very easy.
A really high grade has to look ridiculous because it has to look so cool with that purple.
I have one right here.
Yep.
Rick's copy is really nice.
Oh, really?
It's beautiful. It's probably a 6.57.
He's gonna want too much money for it.
He's gonna want a lot. Yeah, if it's 7, there you go. Well, that's starting bid at 2,000. He's gonna want a lot.
No bids.
Yeah, no bids. He's gonna want like $3,000 for it. I think.
I have that one.
With the white hair.
Saga 33. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think $1,000 for a 4.0 is still a good deal for this book.
Yeah, for sure.
Rafaust, is this Wednesday? No, my dad had a procedure and he needed me yesterday. So
hi, Rafaust.
We're delaying it a day. How you doing, Rafaust? Yeah, same thing. Swamp Thing, Swamp Thing, Swamp Thing. But all of these are just like, duh.
Yeah, but see, Saga #1's not anything.
No, it's not.
Saga 20 is worth more than number one. Because Alan Moore.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, he should be fine. Then like this one. So same All-Star Superman. You have this Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I mean, obviously this is what the movie's based on. But are you buying the book? Because it's a story. No, you're not.
I'll buy the Omni to read it.
Yeah, exactly. You want to read it, sure. But then, obviously, there's going to be some outrageously priced Supergirl books now. Starting with this one. This is the one that eluded me. When I was collecting first appearances, this is the one that I did not get, and I wish I had. Look at that, $4,000 for a beater without even being graded. That's a lot of money for this book. Jason, did you have one?
What's that?
A Supergirl?
No, I didn't have a Supergirl.
Oh, you did. For some
Hero.
reason.
My books started in '64. Were the earliest. So.
Do you have the Supergirl with Zatanna and the Abominable Snowman?
I don't think so. Which title is it in?
It's Supergirl. It's like from 60.
Supergirl was also in Adventure
He didn't have any
Comics.
Supergirl, Chris. He had Superman. He had Lois Lane. He had Jimmy Olsen were the biggest runs that I had.
I've been looking for those books for a long while now. They're tough to come by.
Have you just put on a saved search on eBay, and when one pops up, it lets you know?
I've done a safe search for a minute, and a couple of them popped up that were just stupid money. They're really not worth that much.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those idiots who's like, I'm going to put this up for $2,000. And you're like,
yeah.
You're not getting that.
I mean, so I don't even think I have this book. Do you guys have the first appearance of Damian Wayne?
Chris may have just sold it. Did you have that in that collection, Chris? You're mute, Christopher. You're on mute. So you've just been going on and on about it, but you haven't sold it.
No, I have 655 and 656.
You have them currently?
And 657. I have those three, yeah.
All
I
right,
pulled
good.
them from that collection, so I sold the rest of them, but not
So
those
you have
three.
the first Damian Wayne stuff. I didn't even know that book was $50.
Yeah.
Let me see. Batman, if I even have this in my collection, 656. I do not. Wah, wah. Oh, well.
Whoa! I have something you don't have. I have something you don't have.
Yeah, you do. Let's see. Series, Batman Volume 1. I have... I'm nowhere near it. I go from 500 to 686. I jump way over this.
You have 700, the Mignola variant?
The Mignola variant. No, it looks like I have a Jim Lee. Who did this?
I figured you definitely have that one.
No. Oh, this is the Finch cover. All right, next. Well, so that's the Damian Wayne one. There's no surprises for Talia al Ghul, and I don't think the League of Assassins is a big cover. I know I have it. First appearance of League of Assassins, 700 for a high grade.
It's just such cool covers, aren't they?
Oh, they're so beautiful.
They're all Neil Adams, right?
Yeah.
Is the Son of the Demon on that list, by chance?
Son of the Demon?
Yeah, I guess not.
No. Yeah, there's the Talia.
Dolph, weren't you buying Talia al Ghul?
I have two. But I have one is a beater, man. One is such a bad copy, it's got to be like a 1.
Those are such rad covers. They
so
always
nice,
remind me of like Scooby Doo, like all those
Yeah.
all those
totally.
Neil Adams
I totally get
detective.
what you're saying.
It's the Creeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you know, obviously drawn like way cooler, but that kind
It's
of
like one of the best combos in comics. Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams. Is this I thought that was Mignola. That's a Paro.
That's a cool cover.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
a
very
Paro.
cool.
Paro is one of my favorite Batman artists.
431.
What's that?
430 or 431.
First
Do I have a
appearance of
430?
Karigi, Train Batman, and Bronze Tiger.
Let's
I
see,
don't think I
Batman.
have that one.
I jumped from 415 to 444.
421, Death in the It goes right from Death in the Family to what is this? The Many Deaths of Batman. That's right in the middle.
The many deaths.
The Many Deaths.
He has died several times.
Oh, he's such a pansy.
Your greatest hero can't even stay alive.
All right, so on to the Authority, which I don't know a lot about. Obviously, characters here. Apollo. First appearance of Apollo is in Stormwatch 4. And I'm guessing the Authority 1. I don't have any of this stuff.
I have Omnis and trades.
And then this is what we were talking about. I know Superman and the Authority and Batman and the Authority, but I never read them. They've come across my collections. But I never held on to any of it. So, alright, so there's Apollo and the Midnighter. And
Midnighter's going to do well because there's like a lesbian couple.
Yeah.
And it's just how they were written from the get-go, but those are probably going to get more attention.
So is this the big book, though? Stormwatch 37? Or because this one's higher price, Stormwatch 4?
Well, Stormwatch 4 is the bigger book because it's got the first appearances of those two characters, Apollo and
Midnight.
What is it? Midnighter, yeah.
Are they the 1-2 punch of the Authority? Those are the two big guys, the main characters.
From the little bit that I heard,
yeah, I know nothing about the Authority, so typical of James Gunn to pick something like that.
Wait, so that was an Image property, though, right?
Yeah, it was Wildcats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there one?
Green Lantern Corps is going to be the same thing, so nobody can afford the Hal Jordan book, but the John Stewart book is, kind of affordable still. Yeah, you can get a mid to low around $300-400. I would definitely buy this book. I've bought 3 of them now. It's a good one to have.
That's definitely one that I would get.
But this one I've been selling at nothing, like $5 a book, because they weren't anything. This whole run where John Stewart becomes Green Lantern were all like $2 books, and now all of a sudden they're money. Wah wah. And then
I think that Green Lantern 87 is just a good core book to have in your collection.
Yeah. This is the one though, man. I wanted to get one for my dad because Green Lantern was his character growing up for like his birthday or something, but I'm like, oh my god, this book's just so expensive.
I almost bought one that was missing a back cover.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, 2.5, buy it now for $3,100. You could have some pretty nice eye appeal in a 2.5 though. But if I'm taking $3,100, I don't know. I might buy a better Daredevil.
Yeah.
You could get a 0.5 for 20. What is that? 2,500.
25.
Or you get 2 full grades higher for only another $249.99.
Yeah. What does a 2.5 look like? Oh, bad picture.
How do you own something like that and take bad pictures of it?
I don't know.
Come on.
That's a great question. Well, there's his phone right there.
Amateur hour.
Amateur hour. Yeah, 1.5 $2,700. A 4.5 is $6,200.
Well, there's a Grim Fairy Tale right there. It's very significant to the Green Lantern Corps.
It looks like it's a little worn, but that didn't look like a bad 1.5 or 1.8. Oh yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
That's a 1.8. Oish.
Yeah, it's rough.
I can press and clean that. I'll turn that into a 6.0.
Turn that 1.8 into a 2.
Yeah. Is that a PGX? That's a horrible case. That 2.5's 4,000. I don't know. It's a cool book, man. This is like one of those like actual reachable JLA first appearances. It's the only one that is, because you can't get it. The rest of them are all in the 100,000s. Can't even get Hawkman. Like Hawkman and Aquaman are in the same book, so you can't get that one. And then forget Flash. And then forget the rest of them. The trifecta. Forget those guys.
The Trinity there.
Mm-hmm.
Not unless you got 10 mil. More than that.
That's that. Green Lantern. That Showcase 22 is the way to go. Amanda Waller. I have so many of these books. I should give like 5 of them away. This Legends one. I have so many of these. They're in every collection I get. This whole run. Well, there it is. First Amanda Waller.
Those books, if you believed it, just buy very high grade, of the book.
Yeah. 1,300%. How did Amanda Waller escape your collecting for it to go up 1,300%?
Yeah, I think I've gotten that twice in collections I bought, and they weren't great condition,
right.
But
And this is the big one. I did not know. I've never heard of Creature Commandos.
Yeah, there's a 2000. Yeah, it's a run from 2000, 2001.
This one?
Yeah.
First appearance of Captain Lucius Hunter. Atten the Mummy and Bogman. Yeah, I never heard of these guys, but they look pretty cool. Is that like a Frankenstein dude?
Yep.
Weird.
Frankenstein, a Wolfman.
It's kind of funny though, because Gunn's got to know that with Werewolf by Night, Tomb of Dracula, that Marvel might have tried to been like, or they were trying to do something along these lines, and he just kind of beat them to it. It is animated though.
Yeah, but like I said, he in the video announcement he did, there's going to be Creature Commando crossovers from the animated to live action in other series.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat.
I think my biggest question about the whole thing is if they try and go more violent, more R-rated, darker, blah, 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 can you ever see them actually getting the audience that Marvel has? I can't see them ever even approaching a $2 billion film, because you need 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds to want their parents to take them 3 and 4 times to get to those numbers. Like that's
what I always said early on, even before I met you, Jason, that I felt it was a sad day when I brought my son when he was young to a Batman movie and we had to leave because everybody was just getting blown away with machine guns.
Yeah,
he must have been like 7, and I was like, it's too violent for him. He can't.
What, you want to saw one of the Dark Knight movies?
I think he saw, what was that? The one where Batman shuts down the arms deal in the beginning of the movie, and he like murders a bunch of people, and I was like, this is not for kids.
This is not for children.
So you're talking about one of the Affleck Batmans then?
Yeah.
Yes, I've never even watched those because I just don't.
Yeah. There's a scene where he's in like Islamabad, and he's like, they're like doing an arms deal, and Batman's there, and he just murders a bunch of people. It's like in the first 10 minutes of the movie, and my son's like, Dad, can we leave? And I'm like, yes, I get it. Yeah, it was a bummer. Like, when me growing up, and you guys too, like Super Friends, Superman, and they were all just like,
happy-go-lucky,
like Hulk Hogan, say your prayers and eat your vitamins. And,
right.
And now it's like, this ultra-violent. I was like, what the hell is this? I don't know. I get it. I get that there was like they wanted to base like an alien on the Earth and some realism, but I don't know. It was all too dark for me. All right.
Too dark.
Soapbox off the soapbox.
He wouldn't have liked the Batman then at 7 years old.
No. But he loved it though. We did go see it and he loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
I thought Pattinson was really good. All right, Jason, do your thing.
All right, boys. Christopher, I think, has 3 or 4 this week. I have 0 on.
Oh, do you want me to list?
I've owned one of them at some point in time. How many?
What?
9.
Then I'm going to say you don't have the very first one.
Yeah, I don't have number 1.
I think
this
cover is so freaking rad. Such a Neil Adams was crushing it during this like 10-year window between like 65 and 75. These covers are just insane.
This was
like the colors that they use and everything, just incredible.
Very early on in my first appearance collecting days, I would throw these ones the ones that are a little out of reach, on my Christmas wish list, and 2 years in a row my mom got me this book first and then Spider-Man 50 on the next Christmas. But then
so you had this book?
I've had this book for a very long time. I've had this book for maybe 15 years. But yeah, this one, and I still have the price tags on them. I think it was like both of them were like $200.
Okay. So you do have this one. I thought you said you didn't have this one.
Oh, when you said number 1, no, number 1 is The Last of Us. I don't have that.
Oh, that's right. I should have known that.
Yeah, no, I have everything up until then. I have 2 of these actually now.
Yeah, I mean,
I love this. I love Deadman. I love this cover.
Yeah, I think that this is, again, like people have been talking about, like, well, DC keys are underrated, and I mean, it's a pretty big character, a 9.0, $2,200. Of a major first appearance from 1967. I mean, that's probably still undervalued. $2,200.
I'm actually surprised because I would, if I were to be specking on a DC property, I would have thought that Deadman would have been right up James Gunn's alley. Yeah. I'm really surprised Deadman is not in the works, or at least part of Phase 1. I'm really shocked.
Think about if you could name a Marvel character from the 60s that had as much, ongoing appearance in titles, that you could get their first appearance with the cover appearance in a 9.0 for $2,200. I don't know that I could think of one if you really pushed me. From the 60s.
Not a 9.0, no way.
Yeah. I mean, it's just and especially one that's got a absolute banger first cover, too.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. You got it, Paul. Yeah, it's a great cover. I love this one. Yeah, not to mention, I bought my second one after reading Blackest Night, because he's a main character in that whole run.
Yeah.
It made me fall in love with Deadman. I love this character.
I think there is a really classic Deadman image that Glenn Danzig owns the
original art.
The original art.
That doesn't surprise me at all. That really doesn't surprise me.
I just saw. I heard you say it, but I didn't realize Faust had asked if it was Wednesday. we got a case of the Wednesdays on Thursday.
Yeah.
But it's Thursday. Yeah. So, anyways, this book, you see it at the flea market, freaking pick it up, man.
Yeah, you should pick this one up, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think it's undervalued. This book is clearly getting a lot of love. I think this was on the list last week, right?
I still don't know why, because like I said, if you put her in a property, you're not going to do her right. You're going to cover her up, and everybody's going to get mad, and you can't do Power Girl.
Yeah, I mean, it could be maybe she's in an animated property or something like that, and if they go if they go a little more adult on the animated front, they could do it.
Well, yeah.
You know,
I mean, if they put her in like the Harley Quinn cartoon, they would definitely do her correctly, and
I
not.
always thought this was such a weird cover.
Yeah, I know. We always said it looks like an oil stain.
The oil stain, right? But then the All-Star Comics is so kind of like Hanna-Barbera at the top too, but then the artwork in the foreground is kind of more like realistic, but then them in the background is again a little more.
Who
I think this is a pretty decent artist too, if I'm not mistaken.
Grell. We did look this up, Mike Grell.
Yeah, it's like the foreground is a little more realistic, and the background is very Super Friends, and then the top is very like.
Well, the mountains, everything's a little monochrome with the whatever the place that they're on. I guess it's just ashes.
And it's weird because it's got like the floating heads up top, which on DC the floating heads are like late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
That banner is just so flippin' huge. It's just a weird cover.
It is.
That banner eats 40% of the book. But no, don't get me wrong. If I find it at the flea market for a good price, I'll buy it.
7.5 for $211 is really good. That's another one. 9.4 is $370.
Yeah, I was gonna say
is another
9.4.
like, yeah, this is that's a banger for $370.
Yeah, especially in a book from '76, it's not like it's yesterday, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's damn near 50 years old.
Conan. I've always thought this cover was really funny.
I love it.
It's like somebody's just annoying him behind him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw this spear at you
to the death.
Don't make me turn this spear around."
If I have to throw this spear one more time,
I swear to God, if I have to throw this spear one more time.
What is the arrow button? Oh, that's just the first. Barry Windsor Smith.
Did Barry Windsor Smith do the cover too?
Yep.
A lot of color on that cover. It's a great cover.
It's great. Yeah. I have one with a big wax crayon in the front of it, but I think wax crayon's allowable, is it not?
You mean like a date crayon?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's just I don't think they would treat that any differently than a date stamp. It's just how
it is a date stamp. It's just big.
It's just how a newsstand, because it's a date, right? Does it say like 3/15 or something like that?
9 whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as it's a date, it's I think it's probably something they look past.
Don't know why it's on here though.
I don't either. I don't understand what
I haven't heard anything about Conan. I haven't heard anything about Conan.
I like that the update at the bottom is just Conan 1 has not appeared on the Key Collector Hot Team since 2021.
Yeah,
that means they don't know why either.
Yeah,
did you really just throw it up there just because you wanted to? You felt like it was time?
Yeah, it's really weird that it's on this list.
Yeah.
But okay. I mean, obviously it's got the sales data to bump it, but and this probably helped too. 165% for a 2.0. That probably helped it. You should definitely get this book though. I mean, it's not expensive, and it's a major key.
And it's cool
I mean
cover.
that title ran.
Forget it.
58 issues or something like that.
Long time. I was getting these on Disney trips. Conan was something that was prolific at 7-Eleven in my town. And a lot of the back issues were there too. So you get like
they have. I was going to say they have all of them. Do they have King Conan?
Yeah, but you go in and I get my Spider-Man, I get my Hulk, I get my Power Man and Iron Fist, and then I get like 3 Conans because they didn't sell out of them. So
that's hilarious.
A lot of Conan. All right, next.
Everybody's got one, Chris.
Everybody's got one. Be right back.
I now do not own one again. So now I've owned this in a newsstand twice, and I've sold them both. I think I sold my 9.0 just because I was upset that it was only a 9.0, because I felt like it was too harsh of a grade. I realize I'm just talking to myself. Rafaust, you got this one? Yeah, you got this one.
Hey, Jay.
Jim, thanks for coming back. They left. Everybody else left me.
What?
I've been talking to myself.
I still want a newsstand.
Jay, do you know that I found on my records of my eBay the day that you sold this?
How much I sell it for? $95?
It won't let me look.
When
But
did
you
I sell it?
You sold this?
I sold this after Lucy was born, so 2000.
There was a time when you were you were using my eBay account.
Yeah, I probably sold this in 2010, Jim. I sold this. I sold my 94 SP set with Alex Rodriguez. I sold probably my New Mutants 87.
Hey guys, I got to cut it early. I'll talk to you guys later. All right.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, brother.
See you.
Oh, this is the other one in my mail call. 9-6.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is Abigail Brand is because that is who Amelia Clark's going to be in Secret Wars, right? Isn't that confirmed? Is it?
I think it's confirmed. Like,
it's got to be confirmed.
That is the best, worst kept secret, or however you want to say it. It's
so I mean, getting those for they're cheap. They're super cheap.
They're like $25.
Well, not that cheap, but yeah, they're not much.
Well, not the 9.6, but I mean a raw.
I mean, I didn't spend a lot for it.
Yeah, I have a raw one that I got in that collection.
What did
that
I pay for?
That $200 collection I bought is still probably the craziest collection.
Yeah.
It's for the money, you know.
Yeah, I bought it for $70.
A 9.6. That's great.
I think so. Anyway, all right. Off Deadpool.
Everybody's got one.
I'm sorry you were talking
Except for
to yourself.
me.
Well, it's funny. I was talking, and I thought Chris was still listening. Then I realized Chris was on mute, and he was talking to his son.
He did it again.
And then I was like, "What? I guess I'm just talking to myself." And then Jim came back.
Was Rafaust talking to you at least? No.
No.
Oh no.
Nope.
Oh no.
This is how I realized I couldn't do my own YouTube channel because I was like, I can't keep this going by myself.
You can't just fill air. I don't know. I thought you'd
This
be
thing on?
the state college radio host.
This thing on?
Is this thing on? Hello?
Is this thing on?
Boy,
There
I just flew in from Detroit. Boy, are my arms tired.
Have you ever listened to a radio station for a long time, and then one day you turn it on and they have clearly changed formats?
Yes.
And you're like, where the H did, I don't know, Shock 94 go,
Jimmy,
and it's just gone.
Jimmy, 92.3 did that to us, right?
What's that?
92.3 did that for us. That was our New York, it was a classic rock station, 92.3, and then they changed it to pop, full pop, and everybody's like, nope.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And then it went out of business. Well, then they lost Howard Stern
in Philadelphia. I can't remember though, because
I like Philly sports radio is better than New York sports radio.
We still get Philly sports radio at your house.
Yeah, it gets up here better than New York does. I don't know why. I can't even get the fan at my house because it's also AM. You guys are FM.
Yeah, FM. Yeah. But the reason I bring it up is because I have listened. They've recently done this at my house. That you were saying about State College Radio. They've recently done this where they've changed two channels, but in State College we get them both. And I swear to God, every time I'm scanning the stations, David Bowie is on. Every single time, and it's either changes or Ground Control to Major Tom.
That's
every single time I'm in the car, it's absurd. Actually,
could be worse.
No. I mean, I'm not an anti David Bowie fan. It's just funny, just on happenstance. Every time I'm scanning, it's always David Bowie. It might actually only be David Bowie, for all I know. Anyways, MODOK.
Why does it keep on coming up?
MODOK is is it confirmed that MODOK is actually in this movie?
Yeah.
There's that picture of him in the background, right?
Yellow Jacket is MODOK.
Yellow Jacket is MODOK.
This is one of those things where I have to see it to see if it's like, they're doing it justice or not.
Sure. Yeah, I don't. I would say if you want this book because you like MODOK as a character, or you want to complete your Tales of Suspense run or something like that, by all means get the book. But I wouldn't buy it right now just because there's inflated prices based on what people think they will or will not see. You can buy this book. You can buy this book in 3 weeks because the movie will be out.
We've already said many times that you wait for the movie to come out, wait another 2 months, and then you can get this book at rock bottom.
Yeah.
People will be selling it like crazy
right now.
So there's also a character named MODOK that is MODOC.
What's the C stand for?
I can't remember. Designed only for control or something. I saw it was.
It's easy to find out. We can just do a search by character.
There you go.
MO Run DMC.
There
you go.
Yep. A mental organism designed only for control.
There you go.
That's almost like what is the acronym for the Muscle Men?
I forgot. Oh my god, yeah, I forgot it was muscle. I have a whole. I have a bunch of them somewhere.
My buddy said that to me the one day we were in the car, and I always saw the periods in between, but I never really remembered as a kid that there was some. That was an acronym.
It's like the Mike Tyson code too. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it is, but my friend can rattle it off like it's nothing. 007-373-5963. It's like the up down BA start.
Yeah.
Dolph, I am starting to feel a little more like you nowadays with my collection, though, because at least now that I'm in between like shows,
yeah,
I do have like 4 Omega Reds, and I have 5 of this key and stuff like that, and those books start to find you more and more often.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just I'm for any kind of speculation, or actually not really even for speculation, just for long-term holds, I'll keep the rarest, best condition one. Like, I have a very nice newsstand, so I'll keep that one, and I will sell the other. I think I've already sold 2 or 3, and I still have 4 left. So
yeah, I was gonna send out a bunch of comics to CGC, but I actually just spent $1,000 and sent out a bunch of sports cards. And I'm gonna all my best stuff, so I'm gonna get it back and probably move some of that. I'm just not I'm not as in love with.
Called out.
Yeah,
He wants to hear about Star Wars 1.
What's there to say?
Yeah,
it's a good book to have. This one has
been gaining. There's a couple first appearances.
Blurb.
This one has been gaining in like I need this for my collection. A lot of people own this one, but I think a lot of people just want to own one.
They want that first appearance of 3CPO.
3CPO. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what the 35 centers are going for. Is it here somewhere? Do they have anyone?
Have to look at the variants.
I'm just seeing in the comments if a 35 center sold for.
Yeah, anything. I don't know that any of those.
I've only seen one twice, maybe in my life. You have a 9.0, very nice. Do you have a 9.0 35 cent? Faust, we got to get you on here.
Yeah.
And we got to get James from Minhunter.
I recently saw on Elite Comics one of their people had a 9.2, I think, 35 center.
35?
Or something like that. It was a
even a 9.2's got to be over $10,000.
Yeah, I think it was like, I want to say, and I could be completely wrong, but I want to say it was like north of 15 grand. Like
that's crazy.
It was way up there.
I mean, just imagine the percentages in high grade alone. Just like, there's not many of them to begin with, and then they're talking about how many of them are high grade. That's crazy. But anyway, I get it. I get why people want, if you have 10 books you want in your collection, Star Wars 1 is not a bad one to have.
Nope.
It's a great cover, too. Wolvie 1, this was here last week, too, right?
Yeah, we talked about it last week, yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Clean shaven, a little more, tall face on this one. We talked about this book, yeah. But great cover. Iconic cover from an iconic miniseries,
What
this
else?
Miniseries is like one of the first really great Marvel miniseries, too.
This is also a book that you will find in flea markets.
Yep.
This is one you'll
This is a book that I want to have that in my collection.
You want to find it, though, right?
I do. I want it to come
like your Secret Wars 8.
I hope my Secret Wars 8 just keeps coming to me at this point. So
yeah.
I hope
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised after you got your first that you didn't get like 3 more in like collections. That's always how it happens, too.
Wow, Rafal said he had 7 on the list this week.
Nice.
I'm actually shocked that Omega Man 3 is still on here based on all the memes I saw about Omega Man 3 this week. But I'm assuming this
he's going to be Aquaman, right?
Before.
Oh yeah, that didn't. I didn't even realize that, Dolph.
What?
With James Gunn doing all of his announcements.
Yep.
Lobo wasn't in there.
Nope.
Not only was Lobo not in there, but like I said last week, I think they confirmed that he's going to be Aquaman. And he isn't going to be playing dual characters. So I don't think he's going to be Lobo. I think he's going to be Aquaman. But I could be wrong. I mean, I definitely could have misinterpreted, but I thought I read somewhere that nobody's going to be playing 2 characters, and if he's Aquaman, he's going to be Aquaman. I also think, there are more Aquaman stories to tell, but I don't know how interesting they are.
Obviously the next one's going to have a lot of Black Manta in it.
Well, and the funny thing is they chose a time in the books right around the same time where it's Ocean Master, Mara, and Black Manta are all within, 10 issues of each other? Like that story is that's it. That's like the meat of his his good stuff. And those 3 characters are all getting their first appearance right there. I don't know what else is there. I mean, obviously he loses his arm at one point, and that's at Aquaman 1. I don't know if it's Rebirth or whatever, but I guess there's a story there. Last of Us. What are they saying? 6,000 copies? This book is just going up and up and up.
Yeah. I watched the first episode.
Yeah, I haven't watched
Jim,
it yet.
I should have talked to you first because I watched the first couple minutes of the first episode with Griffin, and I didn't realize how many F-bombs were in the show, so I had to...
F-bombs and mutants alone, like, aren't there... Or is it too early? I remember the game. I don't know between the time... Well, I don't want to ruin anything. But does he run into any monsters or zombies yet?
No, not in the first one.
Not in the first episode? All hell breaks loose?
Griffin's 8. The monsters wouldn't really scare him, I don't think. But the language and the kind of violence bothers me. So obviously that's not for an 8-year-old. So...
the first episode does have if you've never watched the game or played the game, which I haven't, it has a pretty surprising death in that first episode. That would hit parents in a hard way.
It very, very much does. That's the premise of the whole game.
Yeah.
in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Did you guys know that is what's her face's daughter?
Who?
Oh my goodness, Jim.
Wait, his daughter or the girl?
No, in real life, his daughter is oh my goodness, Tandy Newton's. I think it's Tandy Newton's.
Oh, that looks like daughter. Tandy. She does look like Tandy Newton.
Wait, his daughter in the show or the girl?
Yeah, his daughter in the show.
Oh, okay, I don't remember. I don't know what she looks like, but I know the girl in the show is the girl from Game of Thrones, the queen, the badass.
Yeah,
isn't that her?
Well, Tandy Newton Dolph is what's her face?
From Westworld.
Maeve from Westworld. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing about it is that obviously they're both from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting he was the Viper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had the most gruesome death that maybe they've ever shown on Game of Thrones.
He definitely had one of them. Yeah, right. I mean, I'm gonna wait. I think I want to watch the first episode, but I know this is gonna be going on until March. I think I looked at the broadcast schedule. I think this goes until the first 2 weeks of March. So I might just wait to watch it then and binge it. This is like a show that I don't want to wait a week. I want to keep watching it.
Just get on a roll.
Yeah, I think so. This is I think so.
The show is crazy too because the first episode is obviously setting it all up. The second episode is like,
well, I know
you see some clickers in that one, and it's like action packed sort of, and then the third one is like a drama, like a straight up drama.
Well, it sticks pretty close to the game.
Well, the third episode does not.
But the third
episode basically takes a storyline from the game and basically uses the whole episode to expand upon it.
Okay.
So in the game this is mentioned, but you don't know the story behind it. So they actually tell the story.
Is this what's his name from Parks and Rec?
Yeah, Bill's storyline.
His story.
So it's basically
I remember running into him in the game, and that level was such a pain in the ass too, because there's like a stealth part in a library or something that was so hard. God, I hated that. This game is like a lot of stealth, and I'm so impatient when it comes to that. I'm just like a guy who likes to run in and just start punching people. When you gotta hide behind bookcases and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, I hate this game.
Jim, is Ron Swanson really good at woodworking in this particular show?
He's good at everything in this show.
He's good. Yeah. He's good. Period. Ron Swanson.
He basically builds a town.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the show. I mean, it's just it's crazy acted. All the gruesomeness is all done by actually the same guy who did all the makeup and stuff for Game of Thrones, which is Barry Gower, who's an awesome artist as well as he is doing the makeup. And then how they explain how the clickers work in the TV series versus the game is really cool too. So. Yeah, it's just very well thought out and really well acted.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Supposedly, Pedro Pascal is like the golden child of ratings, because every show he's ever been in is rated 85% or higher on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, what else has he been in besides Mandalorian?
He's been in Narcos.
Was he in? Oh yeah, I guess he was in Narcos.
Yeah, Mandalorian, obviously, Game of Thrones.
The highly rated series.
He chooses well.
Now this one, and he was in one other one too. But yeah, all really highly rated shows.
He's got a good agent.
Yeah.
What else, boys and girls?
Not much. I mean,
Jimmy, how are we doing with our 100?
So
you got 3 today, so we're at least at 97.
I got 3, and then I got 2. I got 2 on the way.
Okay.
So
we'll see those next mail call.
So yeah, probably have mail calling. Of course, one of them's coming from Canada, so it's it might as well be coming from
Yeah, that takes a while when you
New
get
Zealand.
to customs and stuff. Yeah, it does.
I get
take
stuff.
A while.
I got stuff quicker from. Where was it? Yeah, I got stuff quicker from Germany.
Yeah,
and I do
probably
from
the
Canada.
same shipping too. That $14.98 to ship a comic book from Canada always kills me every time. It's $14.98. That's just the internet. It's the eBay International program.
Tough border.
Yeah, but that's also if they do the international program, then they're going to Kentucky first, and then they're coming to you. So that's why they take so long too. On top of customs, because that's what I do.
They fly to Kentucky.
So when I ship anything international, it goes. I only am responsible to getting it to Kentucky, and they are responsible for getting it from Kentucky to the rest of the world.
Interesting.
So they must own like a hub at an airport, and everything goes through there.
Do you think Mitch McConnell has something to do with that?
Mitch McConnell definitely has something to do with
that. Yeah. I always say, like, if you really want to be mad at some Americans, just be mad at the good folks at Kentucky for the way they've been voting the last 25 years or whatever.
As far as the video, not that we usually do video games, but
didn't Michael.
God of War Ragnarok come out today?
Coming out today?
Yeah, they were officially allowed to release all of the artwork today online.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. I was like, I've been playing. I beat that game like 3 months ago. Oh, so like the art of?
Yeah, like so the Ragnarok. So it's the second new one.
Yeah, so the release on all the concept artists get to put out their stuff now, like that window. That's cool.
Today was.
That's pretty cool. Anything good?
Oh, there's tons of stuff good.
Doesn't
Raf Grassetti is in there?
Yeah, Raf Grassetti is their lead artist, right?
Yeah, and they have there's the DeLongfish is on there. He does awesome stuff. I actually have the book too. Of course, I have the book. But
yeah, what isn't whenever Raf Grassetti does Comic Tom exclusive, doesn't he say, and the what is it called, the such and such director are
I don't even know.
God of War.
It's the only time when I get a Comic Tom thing that I'm excited is when there's a Raf Grassetti. That's something that's killing the children.
I actually really like a lot
incredible.
of the exclusive artists he worked with, though.
Yeah. Well, I like Johnny. What's his name? Johnny
Desjardins.
Desjardins.
Is
He's
really good. The Peach Momoko ones have been cool.
Peaches are good.
Yeah, I think all the artists, aside from Nate, are pretty rad.
The only thing that gets me is that as much as I love the artists, I don't want another Power Rangers cover. I don't really have anything for Power Rangers, and there's at least 4 or 5 Power Ranger books. But I love some of them. That's the only reason why I still get it, other than the comic relief of Nate garbage. The exclusives tend to be nice.
Yeah, well, when I was buying them, like I said, it was early on, and I really did. And I still enjoy the top 10 videos, Comic Tom's top 10 videos. And certainly when I started, I was learning a lot about comics from watching those videos, and I still enjoy that content. But I liked the fact that some of the books were pseudo key issues, in addition to having great covers, But then I thought, as time went on, they seemed to be more. There was nothing significant necessarily about the comic itself.
Well, now I'm noticing, this is my detective work, I'm noticing that they don't even put the card in there that shows the edition size. So I think
you have to log on to the website then and find out.
I don't know if that's through the website or they're just printing a lot more of them and they're just not rare anymore. Which I think that might be the case. I think I think if you do, I think it's $10,000 with Marvel, and they'll print a cover and you pick an artist. But you get to say how many books. So if it's like 10,000 for 3,000, you might be able to up that to like 6,000 or whatever. you don't release the issue size, and then you can sell them on your website as long, and put them in the mystery mail calls.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know for a long time they were publishing the volume, the print size on the website.
They were on the
at
index
least
card too,
differentiating what the ones that were Virgin variants versus.
Yeah, they don't even do that anymore, or at least not in the mystery mail call.
Okay.
You know what? I didn't think about looking on their website, though, and that might be the case. So, I'll take a look.
Because a reason they got rid of them could have been just the cost of the printing. The things just went up to the point where it was pretty cost prohibitive to print the glossy inserts.
Unless something has changed, the deal has always been, I think, $10,000 for 3,000 books.
Okay.
I think that's the deal, and you get to pick the artist. I think you might even have to pay the artist on top of the $10,000, but that's 3,000 books from Marvel Comics, and you pick you get to pick from a list that they have available. Like, you can pick a certain story if it's available, and then tie an artist to that story.
Yeah, I always thought it was pretty rad. I mean, like some, I think it's pretty rad, like that people like Impressible Defects or like Barry Gary or whatever, like commit to doing it's pretty awesome to commit to doing that, because I mean, our good friend Mitch, when we were kids, he had a record label at like 18 years of age or whatever. He had to, when he got CDs pressed, he had to commit to buying like 7,500 at 18 or 19 years of age. And I always thought,
did he ever do vinyl?
I don't think they ever did vinyl.
I had a friend of mine who has put out his own album. He looked into vinyl, and I could not believe how much vinyl costs. Holy crap.
Well, at that point in time, it was, I mean, you're talking about, what, 97 through like 2005. Like, vinyl was like, basically dead at that point in time. It was only really
dead, but imagine all those guys that were in vinyl that are dying. So they would probably do anything to get like a contract to print. Otherwise they got to shut their doors. So like, yes, please come do vinyl. But I was surprised how much it costs.
Yeah, it was very expensive, and now it's super expensive. And the problem now is like all these indie bands that have done it forever.
Yeah.
Now they're behind like Taylor Swift and stuff at vinyl plants, like or some of these larger artists want to release on vinyl, and now people are years out that have always done it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
Anywho,
I don't know.
I'll be in Pittsburgh with my daughter for volleyball this weekend. I would love it if I was able to get to a shop or two, but I really doubt.
Happen to find a shop?
I will be in a convention center for like 8 straight hours on Saturday, so I don't think there's going to be any time to get out and about, and then who knows what her schedule looks like. She won't know her schedule for Sunday until after the games are played on Saturday, so I don't know that I'll get there.
I'm going to be at the American Dream Mall Saturday and Sunday for Pinstripe Pride. I have 25 autograph tickets for Yankees. I actually have my home plate is ready here.
Are they modern Yankees, current Yankees, generational Yankees? What are we talking about
I've been working on this for like 25 years. These are all Yankees. And
you got Donnie Baseball in there?
He's right at the top, right here.
Oh, I love that.
Yep. Yeah, so I got 25 more guys to sign. So that's where I'll be spending my whole day. This is the first. I've never met Mariano Rivera, never had Jorge Posada, like those guys from like the 96 through 2000 Yankees. There's a lot I'm missing. But then like
now, is it a card show too, or is it exclusively?
No, I'm sure there'll be dealers selling cards, but no, it's an autograph show.
Okay.
Scott Brosius wanted $200, and Ricky Henderson is only $100. I'm like, I'm not getting Brosius.
Scott Brosius wanted twice as much as Ricky Henderson.
Twice as much as Ricky Henderson, and Goose Gossage only wants $60, and Brosius wants $200.
Okay, now I need to do a stat comparison of Scott Brosius' career statistics versus Ricky Henderson.
I know I was never. I know I haven't been a baseball fan as far as collecting cards since like 1992. But I don't even think I know who Scott Brosius is.
Jim, you're not missing anything. I mean, like, you know.
I mean, I know I wasn't a Yankees fan.
Dude had 1,001 career hits. 1,001 career hits, a career batting average of .257. Now,
wow, impressive.
Ricky Henderson.
As far as Yankee lore, Scott Brosius hit a walk-off in the World Series. He played third base.
Yep. He's looking to get $200 for one home run. If we compare that to Ricky Henderson, Scott Brosius' career WAR of 15.7, Ricky Henderson 111.1.
Yeah.
1,000 hits versus 3,055.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what the stolen base totals are, but I'm gonna say it's probably about 200 to 1.
I mean, the WAR tells the story.
There's also that Hall of Fame stat.
But there's a few guys like Bartolo Colon. That's pretty cool. Who else am I getting? Goose Gossage, Jim Cott, Jorge Posada.
This is good statistic for you. What are the 3 major league records Ricky Henderson still owns?
Stolen bases in a season, stolen bases in a career, and probably most lead off home runs.
He has been caught stealing more times too. So 1,406.
Well, then he owns a lot more because I know. Well, obviously,
these are career statistics. So all time.
Career. So he's got
3 career statistics.
Career leadoff home runs, definitely a career. He's got that.
I mean, they don't actually indicate that. Like, if you think about stats that count, like
so bases stolen, bases caught stolen, and then there's one more.
Yep.
Walks.
Most runs in history.
Really?
295 runs scored.
I would have not thought runs. I would have thought that would have been like Pete Rose.
Yeah, all-time. This gold career totals indicate an all-time record: 2,295 runs scored.
I wonder how many does Pete Rose have? Because he has over 1,000 more hits.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I bet you he's got 1,000 fewer stolen bases. So he's got to get himself into scoring position. So he had 2,165 runs, and Rose has four records.
Okay.
3, one of them you might not guess, but 3 of them you should guess.
Well, hits
is one, obviously.
At bats.
And what comes with an at bat if you add walks?
Yeah, walks. Okay.
Well, no, it's not walks. Total plate appearances, at bats, runs, and hits. And then this one I didn't know, but it makes sense.
Not on base percentage?
No, it's like it would come with longevity too.
I don't know.
Just games played.
Just games
he played. More games.
Okay.
3,562 games played. Rose played.
See, I didn't think he played long enough because a guy like Hank Aaron played until his 40s.
4 years.
How many?
Rose played 24 years.
24 years.
From 63 to 86.
When you think about it, that's how many seasons Brady just played, right? Didn't Brady play 24 years?
Yep. You know what the crazy thing about Rose is? So they obviously he played in multiple play-in games for postseason because he played in 163 games twice in his career.
Did he only play? He played for 3 teams, right? Phillies, Reds, Expos.
That is correct. Good call. And the Expos, that's a real good call because he only played 95 total games with the Expos.
That's it. Now, look at how many teams Ricky Henderson's played on.
Most of them.
That was a game we played because it's like Oakland, Padres, Red Sox, Yankees, Mets. There's a lot. I know I got San Diego. Did he play for... No, he didn't play for Texas. The Mariners? Didn't he play for the Mariners?
Yeah.
Oakland. I said Oakland. Did he play for the Dodgers? I think he played one season on the Dodgers.
Right? Yes. Ricky Henderson's still active, Jim.
Yeah.
Dodgers, he played 30 games for the Dodgers.
Yeah, he played one season.
Just kidding, sports fans. I do know.
I forgot the Blue Jays. He played for the Blue Jays.
He played 72 games for the Red Sox. He played now his last.
Well, he played for the Padres, but then he played for a minor league team for 6 years.
From 97, right? He played for San Diego, Anaheim, Oakland.
Oh, I missed Anaheim.
New York Mets, Seattle, San Diego again, Boston, and the Dodgers.
So I missed Anaheim. I don't remember him playing for the Angels. That is crazy.
He played 25 years.
I think there's another one, like Mike Maddox is another one who's been on like every team.
Yeah, there's some people who were amazing, had amazing careers like him, but we're on a bunch of freaking teams. You know?
Yeah, that's funny.
Like Johnny LeMaster.
Yeah, like Johnny LeMaster.
Just like Johnny LeMaster.
He's probably got comparable statistics to Scott Brocious.
So we currently have nobody watching.
Nice.
I think.
This is really for us at this point.
Yeah. Oh, he might
Although
have
I watched some baseball-related stuff, and I think we're probably trumping a lot of those baseball-related shows right now. Like they're not that great.
I can't wait for baseball season to come back again. I love it so much. I love baseball.
Jim, Johnny LeMaster had a career negative 5.4 WAR. But he did have 709 hits, which is not that far off of Scott Brocious.
Yeah, that's not bad. Is it anywhere close to Sid Bream or Andy Van Slyke?
Oh, no. I mean, Andy Van Slyke's way out in front of that.
You know who my first two were, Dolph? It was Johnny LeMaster and Von Hayes.
Oh, I love Von Hayes. He's great.
Yeah.
I always compared him to Ichabod Crane in the Disney cartoon.
I think there's very few people who had a cooler '80s name than Von Hayes too.
Yeah, Von Hayes.
I mean, that is such a ball.
I remember his '86 card. I think he had the black smudges under his eyes. I thought he was so cool.
Well, he's no Pete Lecoq, that's for sure. That poor guy.
Dolph, there was something I called you about the other day because
You called me?
I watched. There was a statistic that somebody. Oh my God! There was a statistic that I heard. I was like, I can't believe this statistic exists.
Oh.
And I called you, and then I didn't. Your voicemail was full, so I couldn't leave a voicemail about it. I cannot remember what it was either. But it was a crazy stat, and oh man, I freaking forget it altogether. But
I gotta find you this one. Somebody sent me about Tony Gwynn.
Oh, I'm sure it's what is it?
Oh, it is unbelievable. You're like, what?
Something more than he struck out, or didn't he? He only swung and missed, or something like that. Like the number of times he swung and missed.
I forgot what it was, but they said in total, this is like Hall of Famers, like Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Randy Johnson. Like in total, he struck out less than 30 times against 5 of the biggest Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like, I think there was Tony Gwynn's strikeout stats is just mind-boggling. They're mind-boggling.
Well, Mattingly's in there too. Like Mattingly,
Not like that. Not like there's
no.
seasons where he has less than 5 strikeouts.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, they're like 19 strikeouts and stuff like that. It's just.
Oh, there's even there's a couple seasons where he's single digits.
Let's see here. Strikeouts. He only struck out 434 times in 20 years. That's an average of 21, really.
Here, you want to here you go. 19 facts about the wonderful career of Tony Gwynn.
His high watermark in a season is 40.
Yeah.
Jim, just to give you a for instance, there are now guys who strike out 40 times in the first 20 games of a season, and this.
I bet Johnny Master was up there.
They play a 162 game season.
All right.
Tony Gwynn had freaking probably way more doubles. He had 543 career doubles and only 434 career strikeouts.
All right, Tony Gwynn struck out 3 times in a game, 1 time. Once. In his entire 20-year career, Gwynn struck out 434 times, an average of 21 Ks per season. Last season, 129 players struck out 22 times by the end of April.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Since Gwynn debuted in '82, a hitter has finished a season with a batting average of 350 times, 46 times. 7 of those was Gwynn.
Yep. But yeah, he doesn't. But he doesn't own any major league records though, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But he also, 20 years is a long time, but he didn't play a single 162 game season ever.
Yeah. Gwynn batted .300 in every season but his rookie year, giving him a record 19 straight seasons above .300. The current leader is J.D. Martinez with 4. That's crazy.
When you look at Gwynn's games played, it's almost like a Sidney Crosby kind of a thing, though. 111, 127, 149, 116, 135, 110, 122, 128. He was missing 20 to 40 games every single season.
Did you see? I saw this recently too. It said Ty Cobb could go 0 for 2,000 and still have a career 300 batting average. That would be
a tough stretch. That would be 3 straight years at 666 plate appearances.
Gwynn faced Greg Maddux. Yeah, Gwynn faced Greg Maddux 107 times, more than any other pitcher. He batted .415 against him.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Because Greg Maddux is the most dominant.
He's amazing, yeah.
Yeah. Because Maddux has some of those bonkers statistics too about number of walks given up and stuff like that.
Guess who the lowest batting average Tony Gwynn has against?
Johnny LeMaster. Positional player. Is it a person that you actually heard of?
Yes.
I can't imagine it being a power pitcher, but I don't know, Ron Darling, somebody like that.
It is a power pitcher.
Oh, it is a power pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Randy Johnson?
No.
Is it Nolan Ryan?
No. National League East Coast.
National League East Coast. Well,
Tom Pavin?
No, Pavin wasn't. John Schmaltz? Power pitcher from the East Coast that would have been in his time period.
National League. You said
power
National
pitcher. David Cohn?
Right team though.
So it is the Mets. Doc Gooden.
Batted 243 against Dwight Gooden.
What did he do? Bat 243?
243 against Gooden.
I love that his batting average was still decent. 243. It's not like it's
that's not bad.
It's not like he batted a buck 15
because
against a certain guy.
He batted 300 or more against Glavine, Nolan Ryan, John Smoltz, Oral Hershiser. So it's like, and then of course we know.
I haven't thought about Oral Hershiser
He's
forever.
Damn good.
I used to be a big fan of Oral Hershiser.
He still has the record for scoreless innings.
Yeah, 57 and a third.
Hey, what happened to all those cards?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're not worth anything.
Did I give you all of my pitcher cards? Because that was what I collected was pitchers. Maybe, I had a huge Nolan Ryan. I had a ton of Nolan Ryans. I had a ton of Oral Hershisers. I had a lot of Ben McDonald's, but who cares? I had
Jim. What we had 80s
Tommy Glavine's. I had John Schmaltz's. It was all pitchers I loved.
If Gwynn's 20-year career was split into 2 careers, he would rank first and second in franchise history in runs, hits, total bases, and doubles. God, Gwynn is amazing.
Dude, I heard a stat about the Padres the other day. There's not a single person on the Padres active roster that they drafted. Not a single one.
Really? Cronenworth is on the team? He's...
The current Padres roster, there's not a single dude that they drafted.
Yeah, well, Tommy Pham would have been one. They just got rid of him. I thought Cronenworth was homegrown. Let me see. That's crazy. Jake Cronenworth. Where did he come from then? Dates joined the Padres, the Bowling Green Hot Rods. Unless he's not on the team anymore. Team Padres drafted by the Devil Rays. Oh, shit. Huh. Wow, okay.
That's a crazy stat, right?
That is a crazy stat.
Because, baseball teams are not huge. They're not like football teams, but they're not small either.
But they also...
28 guys on an active roster?
They traded 3 of their homegrown guys for Soto.
No doubt, yeah.
So they definitely got rid of some guys to build the team they got. But yeah, that's crazy that there's not a single
scratch in ownership to be able to do that, right?
Not even a reliever. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts. All right, I'm tired.
All right.
Good chatting with you boys.
It's over.
Nobody's watching. It's crickets out there. Actually, one person's watching right now. Whoever you are, thank you for watching.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night.
And if you're one of my students or new friends from Pratt, hey.
Cool. Hopefully we entertained you. Oh,
we had to entertained? We got a perspective.
Exactly. It's always on standby, my friend.
Ready? All three.
There, for all you artists from Pratt, baby hands. What's wrong with this picture?
There it is.
Pew, 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 pew. Yeah.
All right, Internet.
All right, guys. Good night. Good night.
Pew, 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 pew. Good night, guys. Pew, pew, pew,
Oh, wait.
pew.
All right. I was going to say, where can they find you? Where can they find you? Sire Wolf.
Sire Wolf Studio on Instagram.
There you go, buddy.
Or Etsy.
All right, brother.
All right, brother.
See you later.
Have a good night.
You too.